Welcome to the deep dive. We're plunging headfirst today into, well, a really surprising area of growth.
That's right, an area many people might not even have on their radar.
Exactly. Today we're unpacking a market that's seeing some truly explosive growth. It's the Isocitrate Dehydrogenase Inhibitors market.
A bit of a technical name, I know.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but don't let that put you off.
Mhm.
This deep dive is based on a really fascinating report from Cognitive Market Research. And it shines a light on one of the fastest growing bits of the whole pharmaceutical and healthcare sector. We're going to break down what it is, why it's booming, and, what it means for you.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And our mission here isn't just about throwing big numbers around, is it?
No, definitely not.
It's about understanding why. Why is this specific market seeing such rapid innovation, such widespread adoption?
Right.
What's really amazing here is how quickly something that seems quite niche can become so incredibly impactful. We're talking about its role in advanced targeted therapies, especially in oncology around the world.
A real game changer in cancer treatment, then.
It looks that way. It's a genuine breakthrough in how we approach certain types of cancer.
Okay, so what does this all actually mean for the future of medicine? And why should you, our listener, care about a market with such a, well, specific name? Let's unpack this.
That's it.
So, starting with the big picture, the global view. The report paints a really dramatic growth story here. The market generated, what, just over $1.2 billion in 2021, which is already pretty significant.
It's definitely a solid base.
But then, look ahead to 2025, it's projected to hit over $4 billion.
Okay, quite a jump in just a few years.
And then, get ready for this. By 2033, we're talking about an extraordinary leap to nearly $40 billion.
Wow. 40 billion, it's huge.
It's almost a 30-fold increase in just over a decade, and that's backed up by this remarkable compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of over 33% for the forecast period. That's not just growth, that's, well, you called it explosive.
It absolutely is. When you see a KGR like that, 33%, it signals a really profound shift. Something big is happening.
So what is happening? What's driving this surge?
Well, this huge demand is tied directly to the increasing need for and success of what we call targeted therapies, specifically in oncology cancer treatment.
Okay, targeted therapies. Can you break that down a bit? What are these IDH inhibitors doing?
Sure. So isocitrate dehydrogenase inhibitors, IDH inhibitors, for short, they're a type of precision medicine.
Precision medicine. Okay.
They work by specifically blocking a mutated enzyme called IDH. This faulty enzyme helps fuel the growth of certain cancers. Think of acute myeloid leukemia, AML, or certain types of brain tumors, gliomas.
Okay, so it zeroes in on the problem.
Exactly. Unlike, say, traditional chemotherapy, which often attacks all fast-growing cells, good and bad.
Right, leading to nasty side effects.
Precisely. These inhibitors are designed to hit just the cancer cells carrying that specific IDH mutation. That often means fewer side effects and, crucially, better outcomes for patients.
That makes sense.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it really underlines this major shift that's happening in medicine. We're moving towards much more precise, much more effective ways to treat diseases like cancer.
Fascinating. Now, regionally, who's leading the charge here? The report points to North America having a strong foothold, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Initially, yes. North America, mostly driven by the United States, was already at over $500 million back in 2021.
And the forecast.
It's projected to surge past $15 billion by 2033, still maintaining a really strong CAGR, over 32.5%.
15 billion. And the U.S. is the lion's share of that.
By far. The U.S. alone is projected to go from about $411 million in 2021 to nearly $12 billion by 2033. That's a CAGR of 32.4%.
Wow. And Canada and Mexico.
Also showing really robust expansion, Canada's CAGR is actually slightly higher, over 33.3%, heading towards almost $2 billion. Mexico's also strong, over 32.8%, reaching over $1.1 billion. So yeah, strong growth across the board in North America.
Okay, let's cross the Atlantic. What about Europe?
Europe also shows a very solid performance. The revenues there started at over $313 million in 2021, and they're projected to hit about $9.2 billion by 2033. The overall KGR for Europe is very similar to North America, actually, just over 32.6%.
Interesting. Any standouts within Europe?
Well, what's quite fascinating is Germany. Germany actually posts the highest regional KGR within Europe.
Oh, really? Higher than the UK or France?
Yep. Over 33.4%. It's expected to grow from around $65 million in 2021 to over $2 billion by 2033.
Wow. So what might be driving that? Why Germany specifically?
That's a great question. It often comes down to a mix of things, doesn't it? Germany has, advanced healthcare infrastructure,
Sure.
strong government support for innovative therapies, significant R&D hubs for pharmaceuticals,
Right.
and potentially, perhaps, a higher prevalence of the specific cancer mutations that these IDH inhibitors are designed to treat within their populations, usually a combination.
Makes sense. And the rest of Europe is growing strongly too.
Oh, absolutely. The growth story continues right across the continent. You've got key markets like the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland. They're all contributing significantly. KGRs are generally hovering in that 31% to 33% range.
Yeah.
Really strong numbers everywhere.
So consistent growth across the board there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Even Russia, while its TGIR is slightly lower at around 30.9%, is still showing substantial growth. It just demonstrates how widespread the adoption is becoming across Europe.
Okay, now, you mentioned momentum earlier. The report highlights Asia-Pacific, right?
Ah, yes. This is where it gets really interesting, as you said.
Yeah.
When we talk about momentum, Asia-Pacific truly stands out. It has the highest regional KGR globally, an absolutely astounding 34.5%.
34.5%. That's incredible. What are the dollar figures?
Revenues there are projected to just soar from about $257 million in 2021 to more than $9 billion by 2033.
$9 billion from just over a $250 million. That's huge. Which countries are driving that?
Well, this is quite remarkable. India actually shows the strongest growth of any single country mentioned in the whole report.
What's the number?
An impressive 35.79% CAGR, just under 36%. That takes it from around $30 million in 2021 to over $1.1 billion by 2033.
Incredible trajectory for India.
It really is. And Singapore isn't far behind, over 35% CAGR. Southeast Asia as a whole, also over 35.2%.
So what does that tell us? Why such rapid growth there?
Well, it really reflects this major shift happening in the global healthcare landscape, doesn't it? These regions are playing an increasingly central role. They're adopting these advanced targeted therapies rapidly. It's likely driven by, increasing access to healthcare, expanding infrastructure, rising incomes, and simply a very large patient base that could benefit.
Makes perfect sense. It's not just those three, though, right? What about China and Japan?
No, definitely not. The growth is broad. China is projected for massive growth to nearly $3 billion by 2033, with a CAGR knocking on the door of 35%.
Huge market.
And Japan is also very robust, heading towards almost $1.5 billion, with a strong 33.7% CGR.
Okay.
And you see similar, strong, sustained growth across South Korea, Australia, Taiwan, all with KGRs well over 33%.
Yeah.
It really shows the widespread embrace of these treatments across the entire Asia-Pacific region.
So it's not just a North America-Europe story anymore. Asia-Pacific is really stepping up.
Absolutely. It's a key engine of growth now.
But the story doesn't even end there, does it? The report shows this expansion is genuinely widespread. What about South America, the Middle East, Africa?
That's right. It's not confined to the major economic blocs. Right. South America, for instance, is projected to reach over $2.5 billion by 2033.
Okay.
That's driven by a TGR of over 33.4%. Brazil is a key player there, heading towards nearly $1 billion itself. And interestingly, Argentina actually shows the highest CGR in that region, over 34%.
Right, another standout growth rate. What about the Middle East?
The Middle East is set to hit over $2 billion by 2033. Again, a strong CGR around 33.3%. The UAE notably shows a growth rate just over 34%.
Okay. And Africa?
Africa is also demonstrating significant expansion. It's projected to reach over $1.6 billion by 2033. The CAGR there is slightly lower, around 32.6%, but still very strong.
Any specific countries?
South Africa shows particularly strong performance within the region, with a CGR nearing 33.5%.
So putting it all together?
Well, these figures, taken collectively, they really reinforce that this exponential growth in the IDH inhibitors market is truly a global phenomenon.
Yeah, it seems to be everywhere.
It's affecting all major regions. It just underscores this universal and rapidly increasing demand for these kinds of advanced targeted therapies. They're becoming a critical part of modern cancer treatment worldwide. It really highlights this shared global push towards more effective, more personalized cancer care.
So let's try and wrap this up. The core takeaway from this deep dive into the isocitrate dehydrogenase inhibitors market. It's just an incredible story of growth, isn't it?
It really is.
We've seen a global market projected to basically explode from just over $1.2 billion in 2021 to nearly $40 billion by 2033. I mean, that trajectory is just astounding.
It truly is. And this dramatic expansion, across North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, and these other regions too, Especially seeing that momentum led by places like India, Singapore, Southeast Asia,
Right.
it just underscores the absolutely critical and expanding role these advanced targeted therapies are playing in oncology treatments worldwide.
Hmm.
And like we said, it's not just about the impressive financial numbers, right? It's about the profound impact these highly specific treatments are having and will have on the future of patient care.
Offering new hope.
Exactly. New hope and improved outcomes for people fighting certain types of cancer. It's
Right.
about real lives.
So thinking about that, given this incredible exponential growth in these highly specific targeted therapies like IDH inhibitors, what does this tell you, the listener, about the future direction of medical research and investment?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Are we seeing a permanent shift, a move towards these ultra-specialized precision treatments, not just in cancer, but maybe across the entire pharmaceutical landscape? And what could that mean for patients globally down the line? Something to think about.
Definitely food for thought.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.